Hey, welcome to Trip Boomer's Tech-Bodge Emporium. I am Trip Boomer, your host. In this one, we're going to be having a look at a game, but I'd just like to point out that today is absolutely freaking beautiful. I mean, look at it out there. It's absolutely stunning. I should be outside enjoying the sun, especially with my kids here, but unfortunately my eldest is doing the same thing that I'm doing. And yeah, id Software had a different idea for that, didn't they? They're saving men across the globe, young and old, from skin cancer because it's friggin' this beautiful outside in Britain. And yeah, nah, we've got Doom the Dark Ages to play, haven't we? So I will be streaming that, but not until after the weekend because my kids are here this weekend and they absolutely trounce my internet. So it would choke, it would lag, it'd be crappy. So I'd rather wait until they're gone, and then I can saturate the internet with the stream for you and give you the best quality that I can. So follow me on Twitch, same name, we'll stream it over there. That being said, should we get into my settings on the 3060 and what I recommend you play the game with if you're on a 3060? Maybe above, the game looks pretty decent. You'll see. So shall we get into it? We'll have a look what the system is, and yeah, we'll have a look now, shall we? Let's do it.
Right, okay guys, here we are. We'll quickly go through what's in the system and then we'll get into the game. I'm having audio issues. I've got to sort out a new video card, a new audio card for one or both of the systems. There's an issue, I get some interference. I've tried to sort it out as best I can. Anyways, should we have a look what's in the system? As always, we're running a 3060 and I am manually overclocking it. The memory has about an extra gigahertz, just over an extra gigahertz on it, and the core is running at about an extra 250 megahertz. So it does have a little overclock on it. I'm pairing that with a 12900KS with 32 gigs of DDR4. It is DDR4, but it's running at 4200 megahertz. It's pretty quick and everything's pretty responsive. GPU's never waiting for it. Should we get into it? Right, okay guys, hi. Full transparency, this is the next morning. I recorded this entire piece with my camera in completely the wrong place, covering half of the metrics, and the audio being so loud on the game because I was trying to get the audio where it wasn't showing the interference as much. I had to tweak and dial with it. It seems to be okay, but yeah, because I tried to sort the audio out so much, like I completely recorded wrong. The audio was way too loud, like you could barely hear me over the top of the in-game music and audio and that, like so. Yeah, I've had to re-record it with the game a little quieter. So if it's too loud, too quiet now, so be it. Anyway, should we have a look at the settings? Right, first things first, if you're playing mouse and key, which is the optimum way to play this game, what you want to do is you want to come here and you want to go to sensitivity scaling under mouse and you want to drop it down to about 1. Otherwise, you will have to have your DPI on so slow whilst you're in the game that when you come into the menu, the mouse is like the slowest thing on the planet. Like it's so jarring. So yeah, drop that down to 1 and then you can control everything with your own DPI. So that's the first setting that I recommend as a M&K player. So over in the graphics settings, I'm playing borderless window, 1440p at 165 Hz. VSync is off. Present for compute, you want to have that on, especially with this 3060 anyway. When I turned it off, I lost about 10 FPS. So you want to have that on. It doesn't cause any problems to the gameplay or anything, so just have it on. It just helps ready up everything, and so that the transition's smoother, and you'll see that in the frame time. But we'll get to that in a minute. I play with a field of view of 110. I find that 120 in Doom games tends to get a little bit curvy. I don't like that. Anyways, moving on. Chromatic abrasion and depth of field, I have both of those off. I feel with chromatic abrasion, I've not actually played with it on, but like the thing is, I turn it off anyway because I don't really like it. I don't know whether it's going to make too much of an impact on your FPS, but if it's not running, it can't be causing more impact on your GPU, can it? So yeah, depth of field, obviously I turn that off. I turn this sharpening and film grain, obviously 0 film grain, and I turn the sharpening all the way down here because with the 3060 at 1440p, we're gonna have to use a little bit of DLSS. DLSS looks freaking awesome in this game. You can't really look at it in the same fashion because for starters, I would never have previously used anything other than quality DLSS at 1440p. I just wouldn't. It always looked a bit sketchy. I have used quality DLSS at 1080p when I was at that point, just to get a bit more extra frame rate, but it tends to be in stuff like Fortnite where the graphic style, the actual style of the game really leans into that sort of DLSS. So it works really well with it. So I have dropped on 1080p with that. But yeah, in this game, I'm using balanced DLSS. You can use quality. I don't see too much of a difference visually between the two, but you do gain an extra like 5 FPS. And when you're floating around, you know, like 55 to 65 FPS, if you can bump that up so that you're floating around between 60 and 70, that's just better. Although I will say, because of the pacing of this game, it's okay to drop into the 50s. I'm just going to say this. My son is currently playing upstairs at the moment on his laptop, and I gave him an alteration of these settings, and the game looks friggin' fantastic at 1080p on that thing, and he's running that with an 11800H and a laptop 3070, and it defaulted him to everything low. I made a few adjustments to it to make the game a bit prettier for him, and he's playing with in the first level I think he was getting like 44s to 55s, but all the levels past that he's getting like up in the 60s, up in the 70s. Like when you're playing with like the mech, or like he was playing with the dragon before, he was getting like 70s plus with the settings that I gave him there, and he's absolutely loving the experience. So, and that his settings are literally an altered version of this, just because obviously lower hardware, lower power draw, but his GPU's not far off this 3060 because it's a 3070 laptop. It's not far off, it just hasn't got the power draw, so it can't push that extra bit, so it is limited a little bit by that. Anyway, back to the settings. DLSS, I'm using balanced, and I'm using sharpness of 57. If you're going to use quality, you want your sharpness between 33 and 45 in this game. I try and use the sharpness percentage as almost the opposite of what the DLSS is doing. So say like DLSS is 67%, 33% sharpness. It seems to work out really well at most of the time, but this game does look a little bit better with a little bit of extra sharpness, hence why I'm at 57% there. So yeah, all of this is unimportant. Reflex, I have it as on. Now the boosted, to me, it depends on what CPU you've got. Like if you're ever in a position where you're CPU limited, you want that boosted on, because that helps with that. But if your CPU is way more than powerful enough to run the 3060 that these settings are for, just have it on. You don't need boosted. But if you've got a lower, and you know, like a 6 score or whatever, just put it on boosted. It just helps with that particular handover. Anyways, moving on. Obviously HDR off, motion blur obviously off. We're not playing at 30 FPS. So, because the settings, my texture pool, I have maxed out. Now, as a default, I think the game gives this GPU medium settings. We don't use medium settings here. We've got 12 gigs of VRAM. I don't think that these settings take you any more than like 9.5 gigabytes of VRAM. I know it says 8.6 down here, but it goes about an extra gigabyte over that. Like, so you'd be alright with these settings on a 10 gigabyte card as well. So yeah, texture pool straight up to the max. Shadows, that seems to only really impact your VRAM. I've not seen much in the way of like, you know, the much of an impact in the sense of FPS. The same goes with the decals and the texture filtering and the shading. Now, because I've got chromatic abrasions turned off, and you'll see as well I turn off directional occlusions, having the Ultra Nightmare shadows just kind of, I don't know, kind of fills in a lot of that directional occlusion bit, because you're using RT for a lot of this stuff. The reflections are on high, so the chromatic abrasion stuff is kind of dealt with mostly there anyway. Lighting on medium, particles on low because you just don't need them. Obviously decals on Ultra Nightmare. It just means that the textures and the skins and stuff on everything are going to be at best quality. It's just the sort of lighting around them may be a little bit lower key, so it keeps that quality of visuals up. Water on medium, you'll see that doesn't matter. Volumetrics on medium, again, looks great. Texture filtering, Ultra Nightmare, again, it seems to be more of a VRAM hit. Geometric quality, medium, and the shading, Ultra Nightmare. Like, this could probably give you an extra few FPS, but I tried it with this and the game plays so well, I wouldn't see the point in just dropping it just so that the number in the corner is higher, because it feels, the game, you will see. Right, so they're my settings. That's the settings that I recommend. Feel free to go through, switch them up on yours, and try them out. We'll have a look how it responds. Now, I'm going to play this game on stream as of Monday. I'm waiting for my kids to go home because they tan my internet, absolutely destroy it. So I'll be streaming this game through, and I really want to play this game, so I will be streaming it regardless of how much it hurts because of this. Although there is an update on that. I have heard back off the surgeon. He has booked me in for surgery, so I've just got to wait for the letter to come through to tell me when to go see him, and then make the decision and then go get it done. So I'm actually getting somewhere with that, which is nice. There's going to be a recovery period, so it's going to be a bit of a nightmare, but we've all got to do these things, haven't we? I've gone through these 3 levels so that we can get some footage on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play through it. Obviously, we'll give you chunks of it as I'm going, but it's so that you can see how it's actually holding throughout the 3 different levels. I will say, out of these 3 levels, the first one is the most intensive. So let's get into it, shall we? I'm going to skip as many of the cutscenes as I possibly can. So we'll pull that up. We'll start counting the FPS. So as always, on the left average, on the right 1%. So as you can see, we're pretty much hovering around 60 FPS. But if you can see just to the right, just to the left of my head, the frame time is so flat. Good. Anyone left? But yeah, the game's it runs so smooth. Like, I'm dropping below 60 here, but it does not feel like I'm dropping below 60. It is such a well optimized game. Like, yeah, it's intensive, and yeah, I'm using a little DLSS for this, but yeah, it's the game's freaking awesome. Like, I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing then. I was thinking about what I was saying to you guys. So this bit is probably going to be completely cut out. Alright, guys. I know. most review channels, you all get irritated because they don't open up the freaking the secret areas. Well, there you go. There's usually an extra life there. Just to be fair, the shield is like it's decent for these guys because they fire shit at you. Because the shotgun's OP, man. And then you jump into these areas where they smash through the wall, and it's like, oh yeah, bye. These guys sneak up on you. You got to deal with them, innit? But you look like it's still a Doom game. It's still like a bit manic. It's still not forgiving at all. Like the enemies are still hard work, and they can overwhelm you really, really quickly. Everything still hurts pretty bad, but aside from all that, the game looks freaking awesome. I may as well show you this other secret spot before we leave this area. Go on, die, motherfucker. I'm going to show you the secret before we leave, innit? But this dude's going to show her protected it. There he is. Dickhead. Deal with all these cunts, man. Let's go. Right. So we're dealt with this area. We're going to be able to move on to the next bit. But we'll have a look at the next like area now. See what the frame rate's saying there. But this is another secret. I can't remember. Is it? I think it might be a toy here, and you always get a guy on the way out. And that's another little secret area. But as I was saying, the water looks pretty sweet. I have no problem with looking at that and thinking, yeah, that looks like sea. The rain looks good. The puddles are nice and shiny and reflective because we've got high reflections, so it's good enough. Right, so as you can see, we leave no prisoners. Going into this one, we'll recount the FPS, so we can see how it gets on over here. As you can see, we're in the 70s now, which is nice. The game still looks friggin' awesome. Don't forget we've got balanced DLSS on here. Is it perfect? No. But I'm on a 3060 at 1440p. I've seen people benchmarking this GPU at 1080p, showing 60 FPS or 70 FPS and being like, oh yeah, it's alright, it's a 1080p. We're at 1440p. Yeah, we might be upscaling a little bit, but we're at 1440p. Like it doesn't feel like we're upscaling. I'm not gonna lie, the shield is OP. Especially once you've upgraded a little bit. Oh my god, it's like a little pinball. Deals with that area. Oh shit, yeah. 1% lows of 59. And then we're getting a frame rate of like anywhere between, well, it's averaging at 68, which is obviously an extra, what, 7, 8 FPS over what we were averaging before. But you know, it might get a little lower, like in this section. This gets a little spicy. It throws quite a few of these big guys at you. You gotta remember to deal with the little guys, otherwise they become a little overwhelming. The shield, once you get a handle on it, is absolutely friggin' elite, man. But it got a little spicy then, and we didn't really get much change in the frame rate. This game is so well optimized. It's crazy, yeah. It really does show up other devs. Like, I'm not joking, like, this totally shows up other devs. Doomed guy go down the hole. Yo. Where the fuck is everyone? Oh, it's the big fella. Oh, it's the big fella. Faz, fuck off. Just deal with you real quick. Now the big fella. You gotta love the shield, and it's because the shields get used so much. So when you want to throw it, it doesn't quite work out in your favor all the time. Just clear the area, man. Have it back, dickhead. Oh my god. Why didn't I rebound that back then? I've got my own health. I hate these guys, and these are the big one. Watch you die to that pumping heart. There we go. Nice. Happy days. On to the Sentinel, guys. On to the Sentinel. To me, I think the game looks freaking awesome. Can it look better? Of course it can. I'm on a 3060. Of course it can look better. Is 60 FPS enough for this game? Yes. Like, and to be honest, dipping from that 60 is kind of enough as well, if I'm honest with you. Start the count, and we'll see how it gets on. It's a little janky to move around. Nice. Let's kill all these dudes on the ground, the tanks. I love the fact that there's like guys that you end up fighting just like mooching around on the ground, and you get to squash them like bugs. It's so good. Nice. Look at him. Crush them like bugs. Make sure that you just trample on everybody. Look at all these guys down here. Look at this guy with the horse. Ah, yeah, you're dead, bro. It's gotta hurt, bro. Just make sure there's no one left to kill. Yeah, you know that hurt. I have to say, that little ammo box looks far too small for the amount of bullets that are about to go get kicked out of this thing. It's way too fun. It's way too fun. Die! 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 You ain't taking me out that easy. I love the shake when they died at the last minute. It's like, you gotta love a boomer shooter. See, I dropped it on the floor there. Why did it just drop into... Where'd my gun go? Why can't I just pick that back up once I'm done here? Like, surely that should have been an option. Although I suppose it would make the next bit really, really easy. Still incredibly fun. Yeah, rip that shit out of there, bro. Come on. Let's go. Dealt with. Look at him. Look at them all. You're gonna die. All of yous. Like bugs. Look at you. Did you see that fat bastard go? Took him out. It's the first time someone hit me. I was too busy squishing all the demons like bugs. Look at you all. Die. Look at them all. Crushed you, fat bastard. Yeah, get down. Get down. But you gotta remember, you are controlling a mech. It does feel like you're controlling a mech. Like, it doesn't feel like you're just a dude in a bigger suit. Like, it feels like there's a slight delay to your inputs. Like on purpose almost. Just so you get that feeling of being in a mech. Yeah, I ain't touching you with that shield up, bro. I think I am. Go on. Yeah. Gonna get a low one as well. No. Oh, okay. Nice. Nice. I ain't messing about this time, bro. Yeah, you naked now. Are we gonna knock your flesh off as well? Come on. Bring it, bro. Bring it. Go on. Let go. Take that. Let go. Let go. Smash that out. Yeah, we dealt with you real quick. We dealt with you real quick, like. And yeah, well, before I even seen this cutscene, we're gonna leave it in. Because why wouldn't you? Big hole, thing's gonna blow up. Why wouldn't you stuff that in his gob and chuck him off the edge? Come on. Bye bye. Bye bye now. Bye bye now. Right, guys. If you got a 3060, if you've got something else, let me know what you're playing with. Let me know what GPU you've got. Let me know how it's running on your game. Let me know if you've tried the settings and they're working for you. Let me know. I'd love to know, and I'm sure anyone else that watches the video would like to know as well. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. This has been Doom Dark Ages. I have been Trip Boomer. I'll see you in the next one. Love you, bye.
Like and subscribe. Thank you.